Hi, and welcome to another training on how to brand yourself and just learning more about the challenge groups, which is what likely you are already in and what hopefully you've had an incredible experience from. So I thought what I would do is I'll share my screen, show you a couple of different ways and examples of how to, one, brand you yourself as a health and fitness coach and how you can do that through Facebook, through Instagram, and also how to then turn your followers into challengers and how to give them an incredible experience. So what I'll do is I'll share my screen and then we'll walk through a couple things, hopefully to help you with this. So I have a couple notes here. So first of all, I wanted to share a little bit about just learning how to brand yourself. So I wanted to show you, this is just a quick video of my Instagram. And as you can tell, when I log in and I go to my page, I've gotten the habit of creating a very aesthetically pleasing feed. Because when you look at your Instagram feed, it's like your magazine cover. So if you're not on Instagram, I can help you getting started with that. But it's a great way to get challengers and get conversations going. This is a cool feature of Instagram. It's your stories. So it's kind of like Snapchat, but it's all integrated into Instagram. And it's just a great way to kind of share your life, share what you're doing. I get a lot of engagement from these videos, which is kind of hilarious. And it's just all parts of my life. So if you're not using stories, I would highly recommend that you look into that. We actually have a dedicated training that will cover all of how to do Instagram, things like that. And so happy to help walk you through that when you're ready to do that. The next thing is creating that Instagram feed. What I like to do is I like to create kind of the same look and feel for all of my pictures. So wanted to quickly show you how I do that. I use Afterlight, which is an app that you can download on your phone, and it allows me to give the same size, the same filter, the same border to all of my pictures, so they have the same look. So this is like what I do every time I get ready to share a picture. I square it up, I use the same filter, I adjust it, and then I slap a border on there. It takes like less than 2 minutes, and I always go the same size every time. And then I just save it to my phone. So just wanted to quickly share that. I get questions sometimes on how to achieve that kind of same look on your feed. And then finally, we'll talk a little bit more about this in detail, but there's a great app that I wanted to show you called Captivate, which is something that's great when you're learning how to grow your market. And so I will use this when I want to add more followers on Instagram. So it links to your Instagram feed, and it lets you, you can like search a user or search a hashtag. So for example, like I love Magnolia, like Chip and Joanna Gaines. So I'll like search their store, which has a huge Instagram following. And so I'll look to add like people from their followers. So this will just show you how I do that. And I'll go into a lot more detail about this. We can do this on a one-on-one call, or there might be a couple trainings, and we likely do a couple team calls on this too. But this just allows you to find followers that likely have the same interests as you, and then you can add them, so you can, hopefully they'll start watching your stories and you can engage with them. So when I do it, I typically look for, like, I'll follow a batch, and a lot of times, sometimes I drill down to see if there's someone that I might have something in common with, but usually I look at their pictures and then I add to my local queue. And then what you can actually do is you can batch upload at night. And I think it shows you how to do it. Yeah, you just go to settings and then night mode, and then while you're asleep you can hit start, and it'll load them all at night. Because there's like I think you're only supposed to add a certain number during the day, but at night you can do like a batch load. So that's just quickly, you know, kind of how you do that with Instagram. And then with Facebook, same thing, like anytime I add anything to my Instagram, I just add it all to my Facebook. I don't see as much engagement as on Facebook as I do in Instagram, but I'm still continuing to add like the same content that I share on Instagram on Facebook. And so you can see there's all my photos. And then finally, I just wanted to quickly talk about challenge groups. So right now I run 2 challenge groups. One is my monthly one that I do that has people doing all programs. So it doesn't matter if they're following 21 Day Fix, 80-Day Obsession, whatever, they're in this group. And as you can see, we have like 180 members right now in this group. So it's quite a big group. But myself and 2 other coaches run it. We always post a morning post. We have people put different, you know, check in, do, you know, sweaty selfies, or there's some type of challenge or theme every day. And we're just looking for our challengers to check in. So we keep the topics like, we do like a wide variety, anything from like recipes to mindset work to transformations to weekend goals and plans and how to stay on track. And so that's just a little bit more kind of about the challenge group. And then the other challenge group I have right now is for the newest program, which is To Be Mindset. So this will likely be something that I'm always doing with other coaches, because you are going to, I think, typically have a new program coming out every few months with Beachbody, which is pretty awesome. So with the To Be Mindset, I'm running it with several different coaches on Team Liberate. And it's the same concept, like someone's doing a post every day, like a morning post and an evening post, and you're just looking for people to check in, make sure you're holding them accountable. And so likely you're very familiar with this if you've been in any of our challenge groups, but this really helps you see kind of like what we're giving our customers, and then the goal would be you would start to do that in the future too. And there's a couple different ways you can do that. You can, and we'll get whoops. Didn't mean to do that. When we get started, we'll talk more about this, like how you can start to create your own groups. And, you know, likely we'll have you pair up with someone who is at a similar stage as you, like a new coach, and you can do maybe like a free group together in the beginning, or you can just be a part of our larger groups, and we'll have you start taking turns doing posts, so you can kind of get the hang of doing check-ins with challengers and things like that. I don't want to overwhelm you right now, but I did want to take the opportunity to give you just a couple of tips and examples of how to be a coach, and how we make sure that once we get someone started with a challenge pack or get someone started with their journey, that we're there for them every step of the way. So there will be lots more information to come on this. I'm sure you'll have questions, but just wanted to give you a couple tips while I had you. And, you know, just let me know if you have any questions. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.